Okay, hi everybody. My name is Dylan and I'm an esthetician here at the Bixby Knolls Wellness Center. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about changes in the skin during both perimenopause and menopause, and then also some ingredients that you can incorporate into your regimen that will kind of help to balance your skin and get you through this time. So, as Dr. Phyllis said, this is a transitional period. Perimenopause is a transitional period leading up to menopause, and our estrogen is spiking and crashing. It's unpredictable, it's chaotic. Our hormones are in flux, and our skin also is in flux. Some of the things that we will see is collagen levels start to decrease. So collagen is a protein that gives our skin structure and elasticity. And as our estrogen dips, so does our collagen production. Cellular turnover slows. So when we're younger, our dead skin cells that are on the surface layer slough off, and that sends the signal down to the new skin cells to migrate up, and everything is working perfectly. As we're aging, those dead skin cells hang around a lot longer and the new cells don't make their way up. And what that means to your skin is you can have a dull look to your skin, hydration, all the other products that you're using are not able to penetrate past those dead skin cells. And we're seeing more wrinkles, deeper wrinkles. This process is vital for healthy, hydrated, glowing skin, and it's super easy to achieve. Loss of elasticity. Elastin is also a protein that's in our skin, and it allows our skin to stretch and then return back to its original shape. And then as we're aging, the things are stretching, but they're not really going back to their original shape. And it helps to maintain skin firmness, flexibility, and it helps to reduce visible wrinkles. We also see hydration and oil levels out of balance. So you can be like super oily, maybe 1 month, and then the next month, super dry. This can also fluctuate weekly, so it's a lot of fun. And you really need to kind of reassess your products throughout this perimenopause time, because something's not going to work for you all the time. So you might tuck something away, and then when you're dry, you can pull something out. So you're always going to want to kind of be assessing how your skin is feeling as well as how it looks. Estrogen plays a huge role in keeping our skin hydrated and plump. And it's really, really important to use moisturizer even if you're oily. We lose a lot of moisture to evaporation. And then also if you're sleeping with a cotton pillowcase, that also steals moisture from your skin. And a moisturizer is going to work like a second skin. So it's going to keep the good stuff in, the bad stuff out. And it's just super important to be using a moisturizer. Then we're going to see increased skin reaction and sensitivity. So maybe you've been using a product for many, many years and it's been working great. And then all of a sudden you're getting irritated or your skin is red or it feels painful. This is totally normal during this time. So that's also why it's important to kind of reassess your skincare regimen. Environmental stressors such as UV damage, dry weather. We had low humidity here back in the beginning of the year when we had all the wildfires, and like my skin and so many of my clients' skin was just so dry, couldn't get enough moisture. So you want to keep an eye on, drastic weather changes. And air pollution. We live in an urban area, so we definitely have a lot of environmental stressors. You might experience slower healing time when you have like peels or laser done, microdermabrasion, any of those kind of resurfacing treatments. Just might take your skin longer to heal, and you might need to use more products that will kind of speed that healing along. Let's see, redness. Redness can be caused by irritation from a number of things. It can also be a lack of oil or moisture in your skin, so that all goes back to balancing out the skin. And then hyperpigmentation, age spots, sunspots. Changes in estrogen levels can fast track the visible pigmentation. So maybe you didn't have any pigmentation, then all of a sudden you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my gosh, where did that sunspot come from? Most of that damage has already been done and it's chilling beneath the skin, and different things will bring it up. And one of them is drastic changes in estrogen. You may have seen or experienced when you're pregnant, there's something called the pregnancy mask or melasma, and that definitely is because of hormones. 99% of the sun damage that we do is before the age of 18, when we're super smart and we're wearing lots of sunscreen. So I don't want to bum you guys out. It's treatable, but just to kind of know that now you definitely want to be protecting yourself with sunscreen, reapplying hats, just being more mindful. Breakouts, definitely get breakouts. A lot of women will get it around their chin area. It's a classic hormonal area. It can range from little papules and pustules that come to a head, you pop them, get on with your life, or it can become, cystic acne, where it's hard red bumps, nothing seems to want to come out, and they stay for a long time. And then sun sensitivity. I know for me, as I got older and now that I'm in perimenopause, super sensitive to the sun. Like, it makes me itchy. So that's definitely something to be aware of. And then on to menopause. During menopause, once we've reached the stage of menopause, estrogen is consistently low and everything slows down. So you're going to see dramatic changes in hydration levels, in the elasticity of your skin, in the skin density, the thickness of your skin. Our collagen production drops drastically in menopause, 30% in the first 5 years of menopause, and that's a big jump. Oil production dramatically slows down or stops. So for those of you who are oily, hang in there. Skin becomes more sensitive, thinning of the skin, rougher texture to the skin due to the lack of oil, and maybe if you're not exfoliating enough, those dead skin cells hanging around. Pigmentation becomes more stubborn and sometimes permanent. So that's why when you first start to see pigmentation, it's really smart to kind of start treating it. You're going to have much better results with that. And then often we see dryness. You can skip the next one. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about some ingredients that'll help you guys out. So starting with perimenopause, kind of what we want to focus on is lightweight hydration, balancing products, gentle exfoliation, and then if you do have a breakout, you really want to treat it gently and carefully. Do not over dry the skin. The skin is very temperamental, and if you push it too far, it's going to rebel and just give you more of what you're trying to get rid of. So first ingredient would be peptides. Love peptides. Peptides are the building blocks of collagen, and they are the fuel or the food for fibroblasts. And what fibroblasts are the chemical reaction that is in our body, and when the explosion happens, it creates collagen. And when we're younger, these fibroblasts are popping off all the time, and then as we're aging, it's kind of slowing down. So what peptides do will kind of get those fibroblasts going again and get your body to produce its own collagen, which is the ideal way to get your collagen. Hyaluronic acid, we have hyaluronic acid in our body, but as we age, it starts to slow down. So what we want to do is we want to supplement hyaluronic acid. There's a ton of hyaluronic acid out there, but they're not all created equally. And what you really want to look for is a multi-weight hyaluronic acid. And what that means is there are different size molecules of hyaluronic acid in the formula, and they're able to penetrate down to different layers of the skin. And kind of what you want to think about doing is hydrating from the bottom up as opposed from the top down. And multi-weight hyaluronic will get you there. When we're younger, our skin cells are plump. I think of grapes. They're robust, they're plump, they're juicy. And then as we're aging, they're kind of turning more into raisins and they're getting a little more shriveled. And hyaluronic is going to help rehydrate those raisins and plump them back up. And it really makes a big difference really quickly. Niacinamide, which is B3, that is one of those ingredients that's going to touch on many, many different skin issues. And it's a wonderful thing at any age to incorporate into your skincare routine. It will strengthen your skin's barrier. It will help to regulate oil production. It reduces redness, hyperpigmentation. You can find it a lot of times paired with, I've been seeing it with an ingredient called bakuchiol, which is a retinol alternative. So if you are experiencing sensitivity, but you still want to use something that's going to give you the results of a retinol, bakuchiol is great. And the company that I work with, Eminence, they have a wonderful moisturizer that's bakuchiol and niacinamide. Then we move on to phytoestrogens, and phytoestrogens are plants that mimic and supplement your body's own estrogen, and they're really helpful for your skin. So some of the things you can look for are yucca extract, red clover, soy, and hops. I've seen those in lots of different products, and those are really going to help with hormonal skin. You really want to be avoiding hormone disruptors all the time, but it really messes with your skin when you're going through hormonal changes. So you want to be on the lookout for BPA, phthalates, parabens, sulfates. Those are used a lot in beauty products, and they're just no-nos. And you'll always see if a company does not have these ingredients, they will put it on the bottle. Same with a multi-weight hyaluronic acid. If they have it, they're going to scream it from the rooftops that it's in their products. So look out for that. Then we get on to vitamin C. So important. It's one of the two most important ingredients for your skin for your whole life, but specifically when you're going through hormonal changes. Vitamin C is an antioxidant. It helps to brighten and even out your skin tone. It helps to boost your SPF's efficacy. So if you're wearing a 30, it's going to kind of make it even more protecting. And antioxidants protect against free radical damage. And free radicals are unstable molecules that are missing an electron. And their sole purpose at that point is to grab an electron. And what they're going to do is they're going to steal it from one of your healthy cells. And so you're going to get cellular damage. And if there's a lot of free radicals, which are from the sun, from pollution, from smoking, then they're going to just attack your cells, and you want to stop that. So vitamin C is definitely the way to do it. Vitamin C, not all is created equal. There is one form of vitamin C that is the gold standard for vitamin C and really what you want to look for. It is called L-ascorbic acid, and it is the most potent and the most kind of reactive one that you can find. Vitamin C is not the most stable ingredient. It oxidizes easy, so you really want to try to find something that's in a dark bottle. Glass, preferably. You want to keep it out of the sun. And yeah, vitamin C. Can't say enough about it. Lactic acid, great way to exfoliate, super gentle. It has a really slow rate of absorption, so it stays kind of on the surface level, and it's just removing dead skin cells, and most people tolerate it really, really well. Enzymes are the gentlest form of exfoliation. They are able to dissolve the bonds that hold dead skin cells to your face, and then they stop. So they're not affecting living tissue at all. They are great for the most sensitive people. Everyone can use enzymes. So definitely look for enzymes. And then SPF, I'm going to give you guys a hard time about SPF. SPF is so important. And I think where most of us, including myself, falter is the reapplying of sunscreen. So your sunscreen's good for a maximum of 2 hours once you apply it. If you're swimming or running, 40 minutes. So I know, I'm sorry, I hate to be the one to bring this to you. But there are things like powdered sunscreens, which are game changers because you can put that on multiple times right over your makeup, or if you're not wearing makeup, it doesn't look powdery. You can throw it on in your car. The company I use, Eminence, they have a powdered sunscreen. That's a really great way to kind of get your reapplication going. The sun is the #1 ager. And there are different types of UV rays, and the ones that are going to age you are going to be the UVA. UVA stands for aging. And those penetrate the deepest down into the dermis, and they are able to kind of destroy collagen. They mess with your elastin. So UVA, and then there is a new UV ray that is causing a lot of damage, and they're calling it blue light. The sun gives it off, but not like our screens. So our computers, our tablets, our phones, and those rays actually are penetrating further than the UVA. So they are causing the same kind of damage, pigmentation, wrinkles. So even if you sit in front of a computer all day and you feel like, I don't go out in the sun, you have to wear SPF and look for something that protects against blue light. It's kind of new, so not a lot of companies carry it. Eminence, all of their SPFs protect against blue light, but that's something you definitely want to think about when you're purchasing an SPF. Okay, moving on to ingredients for menopause. So once we're in menopause, what we want to focus on is deep hydration, barrier repair, gentle exfoliation. A lot of the ingredients from perimenopause we're also still going to use in menopause, but we're going to add a couple more. So you're going to have your peptides, which we talked about, ceramides, super helpful. A lot of times you'll see peptides and ceramides together. Ceramides are a waxy lipid molecule, and they help to prevent water loss. They reinforce your skin's protective barrier, and they also protect against irritation. Hyaluronic acid, vitamin C again. And then here is where we really want to visit vitamin A products. So retinols and retinoids. Retinols are usually going to be your over-the-counter, and they're going to come in about 0.5%. And then once you get into the prescription strength, those are known as retinoids. And those are going to be like your tretinoin, your vitamin A. I always recommend that you start with an over-the-counter one. They can be kind of irritating, and sometimes your skin needs time to acclimate to it. But vitamin A is, I've talked to many dermatologists, the number one anti-aging ingredient that you can use in your skin. It speeds cellular turnover, it stimulates collagen production, it slows melanin production, it lightens pigmentation that you already have that's showing, and it reduces inflammation. Then we have probiotics, probiotics for the skin. And those are going to help to balance your skin's microbiome. So they're going to help keep the good and bad bacteria in check. And that's really going to help with like inflammation, and it's going to help strengthen your skin's barrier. And you can kind of see there's a trend with barrier, and that's really what it's all about once we're in menopause. And then we have omega and essential fatty acids topically, and those also help to maintain the skin's lipid barrier. They help to prevent water loss, and they reduce inflammation. And then finally, SPF again. And same thing as I said before, super important. But I think with these ingredients and just kind of knowing, it's really easy to kind of get your skin in check and have your skin be glowy and happy through all of this. So I would love to see you guys. We can talk more about skin, and we can get your skin in check. Thank you guys. Oh, does anyone have any questions? I always forget the question. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I feel like I've been working on my skin for a long time, and now what my issues are the fat beneath. So as we're aging, we're kind of also, our fat layer is kind of starting to compress. So that is kind of going to be my next focus. But thank you, I appreciate it.
Let us know how to handle that.
I will. Anybody else? Yeah, vitamin C. So vitamin C, I think, is good day or night. Like a lot of my clients ask me, when should I be using vitamin C? It's great for both, but I especially think in the daytime because it like supercharges your SPF and it helps to protect you even more. Plus it's neutralizing those free radicals from pollution in the sun. And that's when we're dealing with most of that. So definitely vitamin C in the day for sure. Yeah. Hi.
There's a couple products like collagen peptides and things that have like hyaluronic acid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think that it's many sources that you can get it from. Like I know a lot of people will drink like a collagen. I drink collagen supplements. And when you're working kind of internally and externally, and there are a lot of products out there, especially serums, that are going to kind of have a lot of these ingredients in one. It's just you want to make sure you're looking for in the hyaluronic, the multi-weight hyaluronic, and then in the vitamin C, you want something that's stable. So that's where the dark bottle comes in. And then also that L-ascorbic acid is going to be like, It's really the only way to go. It's probably going to be the more expensive vitamin C, but there's just so many results on how much like more it does for your skin than just like your regular other versions of vitamin C.
So how much vitamin C? Like, is there a number?
No, there's not really a number on the skin. It's more about consistency. So as long as you have like the really potent vitamin C, then you just kind of follow the directions. Like I know the brand that I carry, it's like 5 drops in an application, and it's very liquidy. So it's able to really kind of penetrate down. But yeah, I think it's just more about consistency every morning, like vitamin C for sure. And then as you know, as you're aging, you might want to incorporate some other things in there. I throw everything at it. I'm like, everything on this list, please. Anybody else? Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys.